Hey guys, it's Christine from See You Next Tuesday Media, and today we are at the Registry Theatre in Kitchener, and I'm sitting down with HouseCat. Hey guys, Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
So could you guys both tell me like your names and then a little bit about the band?
Sure. My name's Caleb Huzenga. Something about the band. We're pretty silly, I guess. We try to pride ourselves on just having a good time.
Okay.
With whatever we're doing, whether it's playing shows or practicing or recording music. We just like to have a good time doing it.
Love it.
Hey, I'm Shannon Lee, and something about the band, we like cats.
Okay, so that's my next question. Where does the name HouseCat come from?
I think that, there's typically three of us. This is Emily right now.
Okay, she's invisible. She has an invisible cloak on. Okay,
Yeah.
love it.
Typically, the three of us would describe ourselves as indoor cats.
Oh.
I would say we're all house cats rather than feral street cats.
Okay.
Sometimes. Depends on the day.
Yeah, you just had a good band name too.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what we're going with.
So how did you meet each other?
So all three of us are actually, Caleb's still in school, but we all met through the music program at Laurier University.
Okay.
So all three of us were in different streams and different years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Emily and I were in the same year, but different streams of the music program.
Okay.
So yeah, we kind of met through there through mutual friends.
Yeah.
Love it.
We all just had sort of the same motivations that we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like when me and Shannon first talked about playing music together, we just both really wanted to play live shows and do the band thing. So that was what kind of originally like connected us and made us feel like we should do this together.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what instruments do you guys play?
I play electric guitar and sing, mostly backup vocals.
Nice.
I play acoustic guitar and I sing. And Emily.
Yes.
Emily.
I play acoustic guitar and I sing too. That's she sounds
Thank
like
you, Emily.
That's not what she sounds like at all. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Okay, so when did the band start? When did you guys start the band?
I think we started in 2022 and it started with a gig because
With the gig.
It all starts with a gig.
Yeah.
well, I had already actually booked a gig with a separate group of musicians and that had fallen apart. And I was like, well, there's still this gig. I don't know what to do. And Caleb and Emily had both reached out to me about jamming and just like songwriting together. And I was just like, what if we all sat down together and made it a group project? And it just from like the first time we hung out together, I was like, okay, this is something special that I feel like will work together.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just like, especially with musicians, like sometimes you sit down to either write a song or to jam and you just kind of sit there and you're like, so what should we do? And I mean, we do that. We've had those days too, but just when the chemistry's good and when goals are similar, sometimes it's easier than other times.
Yeah.
So what would you say your creative process is like? Like, how do you start up? Do you start off with the music or the lyrics? Like, where do you kind of go from there?
I always say that we are independent collaborators.
Okay.
So
Cool.
all three of us kind of have our own songwriting practices that we've been able to kind of combine with each other. But I mean, sometimes we'll sit down together and be like, okay, let's write a song together. But more
I don't think we've ever finished a song like that, though.
More oftentimes than not, it just ends up with us just being really goofy for a couple hours and nothing gets done.
Yeah.
So I feel like most of the time our process is like, we'll write something independently or come up with an idea and then bring it to the group and be able to sort of bounce ideas off of each other that way. And a lot of the time that's just like us at home recording voice memos and sending them back and forth to each other.
Very good.
Anything you want to add to
Anything?
What was the question?
I was just asking about the creative process. Like, how do you start off writing a song? Like, do you play the music or like lyrics? But it's more independent. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just start writing some sick riffs over whatever they get me.
Some heavy metal riffs, perhaps.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're literally just like in our notes where we'll like write our song lyrics down. We'll just like write like Caleb solo.
Plays guitar. Yeah.
And then we'll bring it to Caleb.
He figures it out.
I feel like Emily and I focus a lot on like songwriting a lot of the time, where it's like a lot more lyrics, and both of us play rhythm guitar. So it's nice to be able to bring things to Caleb and get a little bit more of a musical opinion into the mix.
Yeah, we definitely, the three of us each have our strengths. So it's a good way to work.
Love it. Okay, so another question I have is, you know, being based in Kitchener, how important is the community here to like sustaining yourselves as a band? Like, does the creative community, does it like uplift you guys?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty important.
Yeah. We released our debut EP this year.
Congratulations.
In July, thank you.
Wow.
And part of that was we wanted to have a show. And after playing these songs for so long, I think one of our worries was not being able to bring people out and wanting to get to celebrate this milestone with our community, and being able to have such a large community audience show up for us was
so nice.
Really uplifting. It was really motivating. And it kind of like makes you feel like this is what you want to do. This is what you want to keep on doing. And it just feels nice to know that like people care about your music.
Yep.
People want to hear what you're doing.
You're able to give people a good time too, I think is really motivating when people tell you after a show that like, they really enjoyed it and had a great time. It feels really good.
Yeah.
Like not just that, but like also getting to meet all of the local musicians that we've gotten to either collaborate on shows with or musicians that we've gotten to collaborate outside of the stage with has been wonderful. It's been really great to meet people and to learn about other people's practices, what other people are doing, staying up to date with what's going on in communities. It's been really great.
I love that. So we're based out of Toronto. So I think, we're very Toronto-centric, GTA-centric in the way we just think about, life and whatever. But I mean, I don't know. Okay, sorry. Let me, what does that even mean? I mean, no, I was saying I want to get more to a question like, if someone from out of town came to town, what would you recommend that they do in Kitchener?
Oh,
be careful.
What are some careful? What's going on? No, like what kind of venues? Are there coffee shops? Like put me on to some of your guys' favorite places.
There's some good I like going to open mics. So there's some great open mic places at Midnight Run or Prohibition.
Cool.
They have good open mics.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation.
Okay.
There's lots of I feel like sometimes you, especially compared to Toronto, you might have to like search a little bit more in Kitchener. But I feel like once you get acquainted with the community, like it's very welcoming and people want to help you with what your goals are. In terms of venues, I'm a big fan of Maxwell's always. They've hosted us multiple times. They're super lovely. They've also put us in contact with lots of our now friends who we didn't know beforehand. Awesome.
And also karaoke is bumping in Kitchener.
Oh yeah, we love karaoke.
I go to karaoke every week.
Oh, very nice.
Revive and Pin Up. So that's another like just community thing. Like you'll see the same people every time you go.
Yeah.
It's like a nice community.
Love it. Okay, another question I have is, could you guys tell me kind of like the pit and the peak? So the greatest challenge that you've had as a band so far, and then your greatest like milestone or accomplishment.
What are some of the shows that we the show that shall not be named?
Ooh, we're about to get some tea.
We
probably shouldn't talk about it.
Ooh.
That was the
You don't have to talk about it.
That was the pit. The show that shall not be named.
Of I had some health issues.
Yeah, that's true.
Last year.
Okay.
So last year I was in the hospital for all of July. And so we had a couple shows that we had booked that we unfortunately had to step out of just I really didn't want to. I was literally in a hospital bed being like, no, I can do it. And I could not. But that was really rough. I feel like Caleb and Emily were really supportive of me, and they just wanted me to prioritize my health and just getting better. But for that moment, I was really sad. I felt like I was letting people down. Like I wanted to, I guess, not feel responsible for us not being able to play these gigs. We did eventually, once I got out of the hospital, we played a show where I was fully horizontal, lying down on a couch.
No.
It's pretty awesome.
That's actually kind of cool.
It was pretty awesome because I got to wear my pajamas and have like a pillow and blanket on stage.
Yes.
And I couldn't actually see the audience because I couldn't turn this way enough.
Yeah.
So I was just staring at Caleb's face the entire show.
Yeah.
And that's the peak. I was staring at Caleb's face.
There you go. There you go.
Realistically, though, the peak was probably releasing the EP and doing the EP show.
Yeah.
That was really great.
I, for so long, had wanted to like release like an EP or like an album, that kind of thing. So to finally do that and be really proud of how it sounded, and then to have the awesome EP release show with all the people there.
I feel like it was
great.
awesome too. Like, I don't know, like having worked as a solo artist before, like so much of releasing music is just like anxiety of like, this is my work, and all of it is everything I like and don't like about it. But having 2 other collaborators was pretty awesome. Like being able to feel proud of my band members too, what they've written, seeing where we started and where we ended off. I mean, some of the songs that are on the EP that were my contributions were songs I'd written like years and years ago. And so to be able to look at them from where they started versus what my band members had helped me turn them into was really special to me. I feel like it's bonded us for life together.
And how would you describe your music? Like, what are some of your musical influences?
We are all over the map.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure you'd have to ask us all individually. But we like to describe our music as indie fluid.
Love it.
Because you can ask so many bands like what genre they are, and you can say like indie, folk, pop, rock, funk.
Just all the genres and
like everything after the word indie.
Yeah.
So
we like playing like soft music too, but then also I actually, like not joking, really love like metal and rock music.
Okay.
So I'll try to introduce that like just any amount I can. I'm slowly turning us into a metal band.
Caleb's been trying. Caleb's a secret agenda. Has always been to turn us into a heavy metal band, and
might happen.
Sometimes I feel like he's inching his way towards that goal. But we definitely, Emily and I definitely come from like the singer-songwriter background, so a little bit more slow and sad. I always say that, like, I think we're kind of like a little bit of a spectrum where like Emily's very like acoustic singer-songwriter. Caleb likes to scream and I like to scream in sad. So
love it. Screaming in sad font. Before we wrap up, do you guys want to plug anything?
Ooh, we've got a show coming up on December 6th at the Hub in Kitchener with Heirloom, another KW local band, Lady Marge from Toronto, and Excuse Me, who we're huge fans of, and they're from Guelph. So
it's going to be dope.
And it's their single release show, so we're super excited for that.
Yeah, then we've been recording, so we should have some music coming out in the coming months.
Last time we said that, it was a year later that we released this, but keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out.
It'll come out eventually.
Never know.
And you guys are on Instagram, I'm guessing?
Yes, at HouseCat Music.
Okay. Very cool. Thank you guys for talking to me today. Nice to meet you.
Awesome.
Woo.